So I have a question for you.
Yeah.
What do you think is what do you think is going to be the future of reality TV?
Twitch.
Okay.
That's reality TV now, right? Like, so what it is, and also like the webcams, like watching that, because we don't, it's not as huge in America, but Big Brother has been the biggest show
Yeah.
in the UK forever. So, and I
Yeah.
don't think it's all about like, so the Kardashian thing is very curated, and I don't think that will forever last. I think we want that. I think we're so tired of the Kardashian thing that we want the natural thing. We want to see somebody get up and use the bathroom. Like they leave the room, for 3 minutes, and then we're commenting like and talking to each other, and they come back and they read the comments. I see like some of the biggest Twitchers only have like 600 people on at a time.
Mm.
And I'm like, and it's starting for me to understand, like, wow, if you can grab 600 people at the grab of a dime, it's almost not more important, but in the long run, it may be more impactful than being able to bring 300,000 people to a video at a scheduled time. Like,
Yeah.
it's almost like the difference between in like the music world, art world, they talk about like super fans, right? Like all you need is like 1,000 super fans to make a
Yep.
career, rather than 500,000 people who don't really care about you. So I think that's why
Exactly.
I'm always scrolling on Instagram and I see somebody with 1 million followers and I'm like, I've never heard of this person. What do they do? And I think that as we become more global, that's where we're getting down to. But in that same sense, the people who rise to the top are the people who learn how to manipulate it the best, in the same way that the Kardashians did. And that's why you have your
Mm.
Logan Pauls, and that's why
Mm.
like, even in the naturalness, there's always going to be the manipulation aspect, and people are inspired by what they can't achieve. That's why wrestling is so great, right? Like, when you talk about modern wrestling versus old wrestling, people talk about old wrestling being better because everybody's 6'5", 7 feet tall, 300 pounds. And when you look at these people, you're like, it's so far from real life. How is that possible? So when you see Logan Paul pick up a car and, drop it, and they waste a Tesla, you're like, I can never be in that situation to do it. You just want to watch him his whole day of it now.
And what you said made me think about when your original point where you were like, some people don't want to see your curation anymore. They just want to see people be. It made me think about why I stopped watching Versus, because in the beginning it was just so organic. We were in people's houses, we're like, it was just people just being. And that's why I don't know if you remember the whole Teddy Riley part of it. That's why it was so hilarious, because it was the antithesis of what Versus was supposed to be about.
Yeah.
And then what do y'all do less than a year later? Y'all
Turn it
y'all
into that.
y'all Teddy Riley the whole thing. So now I don't want to tune in, because I'm like, you got Steve Harvey hosting, you got Doritos sponsoring.
And it's like, you doing it feels like this is for money.
Exactly.
And I think that's what the difference is. I don't know. I'm not one of those people who send money to like
Mm-mm.
YouTubers or Twitch streamers, which is a problem because I'm a person who kind of asked for it, well, by partaking. Pero
Yep.
I'm not one of those people, but I see I watch something every day that involves people talking with people, chatting with people, and paying $5 to have their comment heard. And I think for the people who are putting their $5 in, they're creating relationships with these people, and then they're joining their Patreon page. And then with the Patreon page, now the content creator is sending them personal videos back to them because they spent $100. So in the course of $250, $300 a month, I mean, Cameo is also the same way, where you can pay somebody
Yep.
$300 and have a video, and for $300 you can feel like a celebrity, and you can have that intimate relationship with the celebrity. Whereas in the old world, it was you had to pay $25,000 for that, and mad people got money in the way of it. Now just the artist and the celebrity can get it, but it's also going to destroy the idea of what a celebrity.
Or just evolve it, not destroy.
Well, there's not going to be a company spending $1 million to make a celebrity the big standout. It's about what's going to happen organically and the people who are organically going to get chosen to. So you can't curate what a celebrity is anymore. You can't make it. You can't make a J-Lo.
Right. Right.
J-Lo has to rise.
Exactly.
But then that person who rises will never be a J-Lo because you have to make a J-Lo.
Absolutely.
So I mean, you're right. It is going to evolve. But I think what we consider a like industry celebrity it has to die.
And that's why we don't even reference, like when we were coming up, we would reference rappers by what label they were on. Like we don't even do that anymore. Oh, like, oh, remember when so-and-so was on Def Jam? Remember when so-and-so was on Rough Riders? Remember when so-and-so was on like Rockefeller? Like that was just how we. But it doesn't even matter anymore because
if I find out you're assigned to a label, I'm like, oh, you might die. Like that's just the. I'm like, oh, you on Sony? Damn.
Exactly.
Damn. Like, or I'm like, oh, why did you sign to Sony? Oh, you want to make movies too? Oh, I get it because it's a different world now. Because the labels don't make the artists anymore. You have to build it on your own. You have to organically get it.
Or like, why is Katy Perry on a track with, so and so? Oh, they're on the same label. Oh, that's why.
Got it. Yeah, and a lot of people don't even realize that. Like that's all in behind the scenes. You can't be behind the scenes now. People want to see you in the studio. People want to hear you talk about that. Yep. And I mean, it's interesting. I don't. There's more money in it than ever. And I think what's interesting is how are industries going to find ways to still try to keep themselves relevant.
Well, is there more money in it now? Because people aren't buying albums.
But streaming platforms are making money. Like
streaming platforms.
But see, there's more money in it. I didn't say that there's more money for artists. Like, I mean, there are artists who are doing it on their own independently, but think about how much Netflix makes, Hulu makes, Amazon Prime makes. Think about how many artists have to be involved with the creation of that. With a film, you got music artists, you got directors, you got costume designers. Like, we have all of these things, models. So there is money to be made. But so now Netflix, Hulu, Spotify, these are the companies that are Twitch, like are making Triller, are making money. Yep. So how does that change the industry? I don't know. Because how do you can't become a Spotify celebrity? You become a Billboard celebrity, right?
Exactly. I used to check the Billboard charts every week when I was like in my teens. That was a thing for me. Like, oh my God, who's number one this week? Who has a number one album? I don't even care anymore unless Mariah has music out.
Now you just check a playlist.
Yep.
And playlists are curated. Like, I mean, there's so many. The playlist curators are making the money. So those are the new labels.
Crazy.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if it's for better or for worse. But the idea of celebrity is changing. I don't know if we'll ever have another Michael Jackson or what it will take to create to be that next Michael Jackson.
Yeah, like what does that look like these days? Because the people that are our Michael Jacksons of our time have still been around for a long time. Beyonce, Drake,
Snoop,
Rihanna, like they've already been. What are the new ones? Who are the new like Michael Jackson level people in terms of like people knowing who they are, popularity, income, airplay?
Might be Cardi B, right?
Mm.
Cardi B is about to host SummerSlam. Like, she's known over the world. She's been a VH1 reality star. She's done all of the things that we are speaking about. So is that what it looks like now?
Well, I think the key thing about the Michael Jackson comparison is talent has to be there.
But
Like,
does it for Logan Paul's the biggest boxer in the world?
damn.
Or does the fan base just have to be there?
Damn. So our standards of us have changed.
Yeah. Because it also, like, right? This is the interesting new celebrities. We don't want you to come from it. When you watch the Mayweather Logan Paul fight the other day, the whole promo that they did before it, Logan Paul was like, yeah, me and Jake come from the woods. Yeah, we had to work. We had to do landscaping. And I'm like, this is the story that they're telling, but that's what there are kids out there who's like, yeah, they did it just like me. And they came from the bottom. Michael Jackson was born into it.
That's crazy. Yeah, it's a different, wow. It's a different time for sure.
Do I care what we like? Chet Hanks is a
Chet Hanks
is a comedy because he's Tom Hanks. Like, he will never be fully respected because he's Tom Hanks' son. He would have to do a really good movie or something.
But he going down. He has his own vision. He's not trying to be on some Tom Hanks shit. Clearly.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Yeah, but I'm saying he couldn't be this is a son of somebody really Jaden Smith. Okay, maybe that's better than Chet Hanks. But he's not worried about being the biggest artist in the world. Maybe that will one day make him the biggest artist in the world. Maybe he gets back with Kylie one day. I don't know, but we don't care about celebrity kids. So there has to be something about started from the bottom, now we're here.
Yeah.
Maybe Drake goes into acting.
Okay, like a little Will Smith pivot. I could see that for him.
Maybe that makes him he's the biggest artist of the decade. We can give him that. Maybe that's what continues him and takes him to another level where he is respected beyond music and respected for more.
Yeah.
We may never have another one.
We might never have another one.
Or maybe it's gonna be the Elon Musk. Like, maybe that's what it takes. Like somebody who crosses two different crazy mainstreams. Like Elon Musk made that song 2 years ago. Like, but imagine there was an Elon Musk who was a Kanye West.
Right, because you have like Michael Jackson, but you also have Michael Jordan, who I feel like they're comparable, right? And like, I feel like the way we look at them as like heroes, we're gonna look at Elon Musk in that same format, but it's gonna be new because we don't really have like people that are purely celebrities for their intellect and like innovation. We speak about Albert Einstein, like that's the most recent reference we make.
Nikola Tesla, but yeah.
And Tesla,
yeah. Then we get it. Then you become an artist. Then it's like Warhol. We start talking about your vision, right? Like those hair rings. That's where you get.
Exactly.
It's very interesting. Because
I like that.
Everybody's got a phone in their hands, so I can always look at something else. When it was your newspaper, when it was the radio, my eyes had to be glued to you. People don't watch movies anymore. They're like the next films may die.
They really might.
Camille craves a film. Does she want to watch a movie every day?
Now that she's 9, she's definitely more into series. Because now she understands how it works. Like, oh, this is a season. and now I have to wait till the next one comes out. Like she's just now getting that now. So she'll watch movies in between when her shows aren't having new episodes. But like if one of her shows, like there's this anime thing, Demon Slayer. Are you familiar?
Sophia's about to watch it. She just finished Naruto. She's about to watch it.
So so she hit me up and she was like, "Oh, I heard there's other seasons, but it's just not on Netflix. Can you help me like find the other seasons?"
You know where you gotta go? You gotta go to Crunchyroll, right?
I have no idea. If you got the plug, let me know.
Yeah, Crunchyroll. I'll send it to you.
So she'll watch movies if she has, but it's not her first move. Her first move is YouTube.
YouTube and Roblox.
YouTube and Roblox. She has specific people she watches on YouTube. Like, and it's a shit she discovered on her own.
Same. I know Sniper Wolf and shit. Like I see these people and I'm like, you know Sniper Wolf?
I've heard it in passing.
So much. Like it's and these people I go to Sniper Wolf is very interesting because her videos are kind of entertaining. Like it's just her commenting on shit normally. It's SSS Sniper Wolf.
Oh yes. Very familiar with this girl. Very, very familiar with this girl.
Have you ever gone to her Instagram?
No.
So if you go to her Instagram, it's a different person. Because her Instagram she's like my age. She's our age. She's I think 29. Her Instagram is for 29-year-olds. Her YouTube is for Sophia.
Wow.
And it blew my fucking mind when I figured that out. Because when I went to her Instagram, I'm like, oh wait, she's not promoting her YouTube at all. It's just sexy photos of her and brand ambassador photos. And I went, oh, she figured it out. She's got the kids demographic. She's got my demographic.
Yep.
Everything in one. So she don't even
she doesn't reference her YouTube at all. Wow.
So you don't even gotta be a celebrity. You just gotta be known to a bunch of people. She's huge.
Yeah, she has 5.2 million followers. Yeah, I'm very familiar. I've watched many of her videos.
If it speaks like her sometimes, I'm like, ugh. I'm like, I want to smack the shit out you. But that's that YouTube voice.
Yep. Wow. No, that is crazy. I would not think she was our age. Nor was I expecting her Instagram to look like that.
She's bad. I'm like, wait, what? Because every once in a while I'm watching a video and I'm like, how old is this girl that I'm looking at? Because her tits are out. Like they all own the houses that they live in. And because they be doing crazy shit like breaking watermelons on their own. Yeah. So I'm like, so I had to look her up. And when I saw I'm like, oh, it makes sense. Because if I was 12 years old, I'd be equally obsessed with her too.
Damn, yeah, I can totally see you into her. She seems like your type to me.
She's bad. Like, but not from when I saw her on YouTube, I wasn't thinking that. I was like, who is this fucking girl?
Yeah.
The kids.
Annoying voice girl, yes.
And now I think she's a genius.
That is incredible.
Her boyfriend, I don't think.
Well, you can slide up in there.
Yo, but like they're not even cool people. Like that was the thing about being a celebrity before, right? Like Will Smith had to be charismatic. They talk about The Rock, like every experience with The Rock, he makes you feel popular. Mm-hmm. But that's not what it takes anymore. It just takes having a lot of followers on the gram.